When police discovered the Jamison family's truck in the mountains of Oklahoma, everything they owned was still inside. Their wallets, their phones, even $32,000 in cash. The family was gone. No blood, no signs of violence, no explanation for why three people would walk into the wilderness and never return. And that was only the beginning. The Jamison family seemed ordinary from the outside. Bobby Jamison, his wife Sherilyn, and their 6-year-old daughter Madison lived quietly in a small Oklahoma town. They didn't attract attention. They didn't live dangerously. But in the months before they vanished, something changed. Sherilyn became convinced their home was haunted. She told friends that spirits were following her, watching her, whispering when she tried to sleep. She believed something had attached itself to her family. Bobby didn't laugh it off. Instead, he started covering the windows with cardboard. He stopped trusting people he once relied on. Friends noticed the couple growing distant, tense, and fearful, like they were preparing for something they couldn't explain. Then investigators discovered the video. Security footage from inside the Jamison. Home shows Bobby and Sherilyn packing boxes. The footage is silent. The two never speak. They never look at each other. They move stiffly, mechanically, like strangers trapped in the same space. For many people who've seen it, the video feels wrong, like something unseen is standing just outside the frame. This was the last confirmed footage of the Jamison family alive. On October 8, 2009, the family left their home and drove toward the remote mountains of southeastern Oklahoma. They told relatives they were looking to buy land. They never returned. 8 days later, their truck was found abandoned on a dirt road surrounded by dense forest. The doors were unlocked. The vehicle was intact. Inside were all their personal belongings. Nothing appeared stolen. Search teams immediately combed the area. Dogs were brought in, but the scent vanished almost instantly. Helicopters scanned the forest from above. Volunteers searched on foot. They found nothing. It was as if the family had stepped out of reality. Weeks passed. Then months. Then years. No bodies. No suspects. No answers. As time went on, rumors began to spread. Some believed the family had joined a secret group hidden in the mountains. Others thought Bobby had been involved in something illegal and fled. But none of the theories explained the cash left behind, or why they abandoned a working vehicle, or how 3 people, including a child, could disappear, just 3 miles from a road. Then, nearly 4 years later, everything changed. In November 2013, hunters discovered human remains scattered across a remote hillside, only a few miles from where the truck had been found. They belonged to Bobby, Sherilyn, and Madison Jamison, but the discovery only deepened the mystery. There were no bullet wounds, no stab marks, no signs of a violent struggle. The medical examiner could not determine a cause of death. Even more disturbing was where the bodies were found. That exact area had been searched multiple times in the past, thoroughly, repeatedly. How could 3 bodies go unnoticed for 4 years? Some investigators suggested the remains had been moved. Others believed they had been hidden in a way no one understood. Then came one detail that haunted everyone involved. Madison's remains were positioned in a way that suggested she may have been holding her parents' hands when she died. The family stayed together until the end. But what were they facing? Exposure didn't fully explain it. The weather at the time wasn't extreme, and experienced outdoorsmen don't simply walk away from safety without a reason. There was no evidence of an attack, no evidence of murder, no evidence of suicide, just silence. Locals in the area began sharing stories they'd kept to themselves for years. They spoke of strange lights in the forest at night, of sudden unnatural quiet, of the overwhelming feeling of being watched deep in those woods. Some believed the Jamisons encountered something ancient, something that didn't want to be seen. Others believed the family was running, not away from their life, but away from something that followed them into the mountains. The untouched truck suggests they left willingly. The money suggests they never planned to disappear. The lack of injuries suggests fear, not violence, was their final enemy. To this day, no one knows why the Jamison family abandoned their vehicle. No one knows what led them into the forest. And no one knows what truly caused their deaths. Their case remains officially unsolved. But people who live near that stretch of land still avoid it. Because sometimes people don't vanish because they're lost. Sometimes they vanish because they found something, and it didn't want to be found.